jumping into the recap. I love how Chubbs noticed in the chat there, yeah. Noticing that Treha's profession shows up as charlatan. You guys still have yet to really have in-depth conversations. I mean, you've only known each other for like a couple days at this point, but you've been through numerous life and death situations. You've infiltrated a drug organization, failed to purchase the drugs smoothly, and are trying to find where the drugs are produced, and you have to work with this known con man, and he's a notorious liar, basically lied about everything and everyone in the bar. And so you just went to the bar, Gap Tooth bar. You booked rooms and food for everybody because you also haven't rested much. So maybe at some point when there's downtime, there can be more conversations. Yeah, try to figure out a little more about what it is you all do. I mean, you have some general idea of different skill sets and abilities, but people have been pretty hush-hush about their backgrounds. But first things first, you have been told that there's going to be a game of Knivesies, which is a very popular tavern game in Corvosa. It is played by someone getting up on the table and either kicking off all the coins from the table, picking up all the coins off the table, or killing or knocking your opponent out. So there's, multiple ways to win. Some people go with different strategies. Some people are, quick and dexterous and bounce about and just pick up the coins, because the more coins you pick up, the more that you get to keep. If you're playing the game of Knivesies, you don't get any of the money. It's the bettors that get the money, unless you pick up the coins yourself. And some people are just good and, big old hobbit feet, and they kick off a bunch of coins and just try to end the game as fast as possible. That's one strategy. And some people just like to get up there and brawl, and some people go for the knife, and others just go for fist fighting. It's whatever you think is going to work best. So,
Wait, so did you say the game?
What was that?
Okay. What's the point of kicking them up?
It just ends the game. You play until there are no more coins on the table, or until someone's unconscious or dead.
Until the first person is unconscious or dead?
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be a double knockout. Things get crazy.
So what do the bettors get when the money hits the floor? Like if it's all kicked
up? The bettors, I mean, people can just pick up coins if they get kicked on the ground.
What are they betting?
You're paying, so whoever, whichever side wins, they split whatever coins are left on the table. So they're mostly paying just for the entertainment side of it, but then they also might make money too. Because both sides, so whoever your champion is, you guys have to put up gold for your side to match the other side's amount of gold. So,
indeed.
When you play the game, you don't get to wear any armor, and you don't have any other weapons, of course. You only get the single knife on the table, or just your fists. So keep that in mind for picking who your champion's going to be. Whoever they'll be will take off their weapons and armor. And casting spells, I guess, normally doesn't happen. It would be frowned upon, but it wouldn't strictly be against the rules. It would just, especially if you were up on the table and tried to cast, I guess, I mean, anything's kind of fair once you're up there, but you're probably going to get stabbed or punched if you try. So it might wreck your spells anyway. So keep that in mind too. It's mostly fist or knife. So, who wants to be the champion? You guys are kind of thinking that over. Sherry's brought you some food and drinks for you guys to figure it out. Petrie's been pulled off, and now he's talking with some of the people that he knows, and it sounds like a lot of people that he owes favors to, and owes a lot of money to. So, who wants? Yeah, what do you guys think? Who wants to be the champion?
Maybe we give Chubb some shiver to take at the start and let him be our champ.
Okay. You know what? I need to look at my health real quick because
that's true.
I'm actually holding up.
I feel like Chubbs just had a heroic dose earlier in the day.
Yeah, I nearly killed myself. I have 3 health right now. Y'all did have to bring me back to life.
I thought you got healed up at the end. Did we heal everyone up?
He got healed up to 3 health.
I think that's how it happened.
Remember he bit the hell out of himself? He kept
That's
chomping
right.
him. Kept chomping his arm.
There's healing love shown to all but the monster that was biting her.
Yeah, for some reason I thought someone had healed up the group, but maybe maybe we didn't get a full round.
No.
I'm back to full.
Definitely spent a lot of charges on that wand to heal people.
I think that was
Me and Dave for sure.
yeah. They were also very injured.
So, I guess I would be close to the knife.
Yeah. I mean, other people could be good with the knife too. Doesn't have to be Chubbs. Maybe it should be though. Whoever's good with a knife or good at punching.
Treha's pretty good with the knife.
Whoa.
But does
more.
Treha really want to
Get up on the table.
get up on the table and perform for all these drunkards?
I can give you a boost. That's all I have left in my tiny broken body.
They paid her a lot of money.
Brings her back to her old days.
Looking back at the healing numbers, I think there was at least 2 for me, 2 for Dave. So it is possible that we never did
Yeah.
Chubbs.
Yeah. I think you just did just the bare minimum to get yourselves healed up and out of there.
Yeah.
Because you were thinking you were going to rest soon, which you still might. You've got rooms booked.
Right.
Can you guys roll a perception check while you're kind of chilling there, chatting? Kind of move you all by the bar, too.
Roll.
All right. Okay, so Zario, 22.
We got a 7.
Right.
Just reading his speedometer,
Yeah.
not going above 20 miles an hour.
You're like, yes. That 20.
Cal tells the group that, maybe we should tell the drunk guy. Try to convince him to go against Petrie. Tell him that Petrie's weak today. That we'll bet double on him.
So, with your perception checks, Chubbs and Zario, you guys see a halfling dancing around on one of the tables nearby, and he looks exactly like the halfling that was pontificating when you were in the church not too long ago, just yesterday. The one that was spouting off all sorts of stuff that you guys recognized as not at all related to Sarenrae. And he's kind of just dancing about, and he's kind of bolstering up the crowd right now.
Amping him up, hyping him up.
Yeah, hyping him up for the big display that's about to come.
Zario will nudge Chubbs here and kind of turn it, nod his head in that direction and say, look familiar?
I don't know all small people. Is that what you're saying?
All halflings look alike.
Well, any other time I would have made that joke. That wasn't what I was going for this time. Don't you remember that one from the church?
Some kind of holy man he is. Is he the Knivesies competitor?
So the more you're staring at him and looking at him, the more you see that something about him's pretty off. Like, he actually looks like he's kind of dressed for combat. He's wearing, looks like chainmail, or a chain shirt at least, because you see the chain links under his cloak. And then there's a medallion with a fiery red pentagram around his neck. You guys roll a knowledge religion. Ooh.
Oh.
Looks like Chubbs, oh wow, Chubbs, Tao, both 19. Zario, 24. Okay, you guys know your religion in town. Not bad. All right. So that's good enough, because this is one of the main faiths in town. That is a medallion paying homage to Asmodeus, the lawful evil god of tyranny. And with Zario's 24, you'd also know a little bit more about Asmodeus, especially because of your history researching different faiths in relation to your backstory. Not only is Asmodeus the god of tyranny, slavery, pride, but also contracts, and often known for the domain and abilities of fire, law, magic, and trickery. So it's actually pretty commonplace for them to kind of depose or imitate other faiths in order to try and bring them down.
Dang, this got sinister.
I think Asmodeus is like the closest analog to what we would view as Satan, kind of.
Yeah.
Huh. But cooler.
Yeah, he's definitely pretty cool. He's from a part of hell that likes to have like raucous, crazy parties. So definitely a rock star sort of vibe. But he definitely likes to follow his tenets, and he will punish anyone severely that falls out of line.
And who did you say would of us recognize the medallion?
You guys all rolled well enough, so you all knew.
Okay.
But then Zario, you rolled so well, you also knew about his domains.
Cesario will address. Oh, go ahead.
Is there anything further that we might be able to glean from that? Because I have a really good religion, but don't have a D20 on me.
just roll 2 D10s.
I do have that.
Nice.
Let's see.
I
think that's more good. I just got 12, and I think it's plus 8.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. It's a 20.
20.
Yeah, so looking for something a little outside of just the common knowledge about it. So you would know that these followers are very, very keen on upholding contracts. So you might be able to work something up and get him to bind Petri with a contract. It's a pretty common sort of occurrence that, especially when you're dealing with like drug dealers or criminals, that you would go to a cleric of Asmodeus in order to bind them, because they might just renege on normal deals or not pay someone back or not meet for a certain event or activity, but you don't want to violate their contracts.
Do we have, and this, we may just not know this, is there any reason to believe that anything we've done could have violated a contract at this point?
No.
Assuming we just wouldn't know that.
Yeah, you would be very well aware, because oftentimes they're written in your blood, and they have incredible consequences if you fail to uphold them. So you would be very well aware, and you have to be aware. You can't be like coerced into making them.
They could have just like gotten a bunch of the blood that we spilled everywhere at the church.
There would be other gods
So
that might try things.
This is like a setup for us. It's more that we expect this guy is going to potentially strike out at someone else in this room.
You don't know about strike out. I mean, it's just he's there and he's kind of rabble rousing, but he's proselytizing. So the more you listen, the more you're hearing him talk about fire and brimstone, and he says, don't you know that the world is coming to an end very soon, and soon fire and brimstone will be falling upon this land. Corvosa will be swallowed by the coming storm, and the only ones left will be those that signed the contract, the eternal contract. So please enjoy the show. If there's anything I can do to make it better, to make it more exciting, let me know. And then he jumps over to the other table and he starts talking to them. So, who's going to be your champion? The halfling comes over and he jumps up on the bar. Sherry swats at him a bit, but then he just kind of jumps over her. And he looks down at you all and he says, yes, excellent. The newcomers, haven't seen you in here before? Is one of you going to be fighting Petri? Ha ha! He's quite good with the dagger.
Should I play just because it'll be a quick death?
He looks down at you as you're musing about that, and he says, "Oh, no. We can't do such a thing in such a condition. Jolly Knob will take care of you." And he casts Cure Moderate Wounds on you.
Ooh, snap.
Ooh.
Healing.
Mumbles to the rest of the group.
I didn't have to spend our money on that.
He heals you 15 hit points.
Ooh. Okay. Now I'm feeling like a foot taller. Was that 15?
Yeah, 15.
Supposed to be 8.
Dang.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good.
He's like, much better. We can't have a short fight. No. We've got to have something that really excites the crowd. Jolly Knob always excites the crowd, if you know what I mean. And he winks at you, Chubbs.
Well, it still might be a bit of a short fight, but I hear what you're saying.
Indeed. So, you're the best with the dagger? Interesting. Don't suppose you want to make this a little sweeter than just over the game of Knivesies?
What do you have in mind?
Well, it's pretty obvious to see that Petri's no friend of yours. In fact, it looks like you dragged him in here. He didn't seem very happy to be coming in with you. But that rapscallion, he might just be willing to work for you if he were to sign one of my contracts. And
What?
he pulls out a few sheets of paper and he starts thumbing through them in order to find like a pre-prepared one. He's like, "What is it that you need Petri to do for you? Now, speak truly, and honestly, I shall find the best contract for you."
I forgot what we have Petri here for.
I was just thinking that too. We were hoping to chase down a lead of. He knew where the shiver was being manufactured, right? Was that what it was?
His uncle's or the old warehouse of his uncle's, I think.
Yeah, so the warehouse is where it was being sold. Yeah, he knows where it's made.
Okay. So I guess Ario will address our, what's it, Johnny Knobs?
Jolly Knob.
Oh, Jolly Knob. I guess our associate here, Mr. Petri, you're right, not the most cooperative of sorts. I'd be curious to hear what got him into this predicament, but he's supposed to be helping us with, finding some goods that we're looking for. So something that deals in logistics and good would be a good contract for this.
Ooh, interesting. All right, very well. Now, let's see. And he starts thumbing through them, and he finds one. And then he adds a quick item at the end. And he says, "Ooh, here we go. How about this? Clearly, Petri wants nothing to do with you, and the sooner he can depart from you, the better. But you want him to serve you in your goals, to find some place that he's promised to lead you to, and he is a squarely one. So how about this?" And he hands you the contract, and there's a lot of crazy legalese. Can someone roll a linguistics?
Ooh, good thing I picked that skill up.
Oh, yeah. Nice. All right, that's a 20 from Tao. Holy smokes. Chubbs.
Lucky roll.
No good. Yeah, 14. Zario, 17. Like, you're still kind of getting the hang of these things, and contracts are not your specialty. Tao, you must have seen one of these contracts or dealt with them in the past.
He's also in the play business. He helps backstage kind of for one of these local plays. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's heard fancy language in his past and stories about contracts or something like that.
Yeah, with a 20, you're able to suss out that under penalty of curse for the one that reneges on the contract. So they have to abide by it, and that will be determined based off of the winner of Knivesies. So if Petri wins, he goes scot-free, and if you guys chase after him, you'll be cursed. But if he loses, then he has to help you find this place that he's promised to take you to, or else he will be cursed.
Wait, if I lose or if we lose,
yeah, then you just have to let him go scot-free.
We're cursed, though?
Yeah. Oh, no. You'll be cursed if you...
Only if we chase him.
Yeah, if you don't let him go completely free. So he has to... So then he'll have incentive to try his best to win. Because he says, Jolly Knob just wants a good fight. You see, these patrons here, they want to celebrate the king's birthday in the best way possible. And we have this long holiday and so much time to celebrate, but it's been so drab and there's been so little entertainment of real worth. These are hardened men. They want to see blood. They want to see sport. Not just the dancers and food outside. And you You there, strong lad. You look like you can give it to the crowd. So what say you? Sign the contract? I know I can get Petrie to sign it. He thinks that he's the best with knives. He's won many, many bouts here before.
And I would be signing us all up to be cursed if I agree.
Yes, of course. You have to all agree to let him go free, or else he's not going to want to do it. I mean, you could try to win him over with your charm, but I'm sure he'll slip you as soon as he can. It's up to you.
Just curious, does anyone have sleight of hand?
I do not.
Yeah, anyone?
I have a small score of, I think, a 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sleight of hand would be really good for actually getting the coins off the table, picking them up.
I was wondering if we would somehow be able to edit the contract, like the language in the contract, like while signing it, just insert a little bit of a line there that says, regardless of the outcome of Knivesies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You would have to roll very, very well, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Sounds like we don't have a huge one.
Chubbs moves his hand closer to the contract and knocks his beer over with an 11.
Perhaps it's best we put our fate with the gods on this evening, and not in paper.
Well,
Do we think that we can coerce Petrie to lead us without setting us up? And does the contract also cover that portion? How do we know that he could lead us, but not? He could also set us up. Maybe if we do go with the contract, we need to consider that angle.
and from the contract's wording, it says that he would have to safely guide you to the predetermined location without any nefarious acts in between. So once he's gotten you safely to the establishment, then he is free from the contract and can do whatever he wants. But up until that time, he cannot act against you or harm you in any way.
Got it.
See? Jolly Knob does a great deal of contracts. I make them airtight. Well,
Oh, you think leave it to the gods? Treha, your thoughts?
Dreha looks like she's sipping wine alone at a table nearby.
Sorry, I'm just getting home, but not for the last 30 seconds.
It's all right. That's fine.
So yes, Treha is just alone, sipping wine, and you look at her and ask for her word, and she just looks at you, shrugs, and takes a drink of wine.
You see, the beautiful woman over there, she is tired. She's resting. It must be you, one of you big strapping men, that will lead the charge. So, what will it be? Go on your own strength and ability to persuade Petrie, or sign an airtight contract, and then he will have to help you. Decide soon. I'm going to get him to sign it. And then he jumps up over the top of you and tumbles over. And then runs over to Petrie.
Oh, I liked your idea of leaving it to the gods, but maybe we flip a coin and let the gods determine the outcome. Heads we sign, tails we don't.
All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I think either avenue here has its own risks.
Okay. So what do you want to be? Roll a d20, you think 11 or higher? You do it?
Yeah,
Set
that sounds
myself
good.
up a total party curse, but it'll kill.
I'm not worried about the curse. I'm more worried that if we don't win this thing, we lose our only lead.
Yeah. The downsides, maybe they're just too big. If we don't sign the contract, we can. We just have a less reliable ability to get the information.
Yeah, it'd be a lot to have to manage, but there's nothing in the contract that doesn't say we could still follow him. We don't have to force him to take us there, but we could still, track him basically, right?
Stands to reason to me, or by me.
Oh, it doesn't stipulate that we can't follow him?
It doesn't seem to be a problem. You just can't obstruct him or harm him in any way. You have to let him leave here peacefully.
Oh. Let's go for it then.
Forget the don't sign the contract, is what you're saying.
Oh no, sign the contract. Because if in the case that we don't win, then it doesn't matter because we can still follow him. But if
the upside is it's easier if we win. It becomes much easier to get to what we need. If we lose, now it just becomes more difficult to try to follow.
Yeah.
And even if we didn't lose, if we went along with this anyway, it's going to be difficult trying to coerce them along. So
Yeah.
I feel like actually, if we look at it that way, the contract kind of is only upside.
Truth.
There we go.
All right. Do we just go for it then? Do we sign it?
All right. So just as you guys are making that decision, the door bursts open and you see a 5.5 foot tall bird-like humanoid burst into the bar. And it must be starting to rain a little bit because he's sopping wet and shaking off his feathers. And he clinks his way in on his talon feet. And then you see a beautiful young woman following behind him. And the two of them come in. And they come up to the bar next to you. And they order a drink. And they say, "Oh, well, hello there. Hi, I'm Trinia Sabor. I hope I didn't miss tonight's show. Is there a performer?"
As a matter of fact, there's soon to be a couple performers.
Oh, excellent. This is my friend Yenlof. Oh, we love a good show. What's tonight's entertainment?
Knivesies is on the menu. Have you seen it before?
Oh, Knivesies. Wow. Yes. Oh, that's astounding. That's great. Oh, my goodness. This is wonderful. I haven't seen Knivesies in months. Here. Let me buy you all around. And she waves Sherry over, and she pulls out a huge purse. And she tries to open it up and just get a few coins out, and a bunch of gold coins just pour out by accident. She says, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. And then she slaps down a couple gold coins. And she says, "Not the usual swill tonight, Sherry. Your finest. For my friends here that are going to be giving us a great show."
Oh, well, thank you for the round. Our party appreciates that. Can you sense motive on that? Like, try to understand, is that a blatant display of coins or?
Yeah. Let's see. You got a 10. You could also roll your profession on that one too.
Yeah.
Ty would say,
Perhaps with your show of wealth, you would give a better show on the table. Maybe you've done this far before.
Oh, well,
You know Petrie's weaknesses.
I have seen Petrie around before, that's true. I'm not much of a fighter, though, sorry to say. And she points down. She has, it looks like, mini dagger sheaths, but instead of blades sticking out of them, she has painter's brushes sticking out of them. And she says, "Sorry, that's kind of more my speed." And let's see, you got a 19 Zario, 18 Tau. You can sense she just seems really jubilant, and there's something about her. It's like over-eager or overzealous. She's really boisterous. I don't know. But you're not entirely sure what's up with her. You don't think it's like she's trying to seem super rich or something. You want to ask her?
Yeah, why not? See, I couldn't help but notice the paintbrushes. Are you a painter by profession?
Oh, well, one of my many talents. Usually the one that actually pays for meals. But yeah, I would say that especially this week, I've really kind of come into my own. That's kind of why I'm here celebrating. I've never had this kind of money before, and honestly, I don't know what to do with it, so I just thought I'd come and share it with my friends.
Zario raises his glass and toasts to a newfound friend and newfound wealth. It's rare for someone to just happen into funds. How did this occurrence such meet you?
Well, I feel quite honored, actually, but the king himself, he commissioned a piece. He wanted a portrait painted for his birthday. And I just delivered it for the festival. And this is just the first installment. She kind of sheepishly taps the bag. And she says, I'll be doing another one with him and his lovely wife probably in a few days, and I should hopefully get another round for everyone.
That's some incredible fortune here. I'm hopeful. I would hate to put you out for this, but our companion here, Chubbs, I would love to see a portrait of him commissioned after he wins Knivesies this evening.
Ooh. You know what? And she pulls out, she's got a bunch of paint supplies, a bunch of water, and she starts mixing things together, and she says, yeah, I think I could probably manage something.
You are so gracious. Appreciate that. Do we have any knowledge on the king painting? Like, is there any event, a notable event then? Do we know more details about that for the painting commission?
Let's do a knowledge local or knowledge nobility. Let's see. All right. Bjork has no idea with his nat 1.
He is not an artist.
So, let's see. That's pretty good, though. Zarya's got a 21, knowledge local. Chubb's knowledge, nobility 17. Not bad. Okay. So you guys kind of found this out the hard way when you were trying to buy stuff before. So this is definitely a season of gift giving, and it is a time to be extravagant. We would kind of know it as, like, if not Christmas, then some other very large, extravagant holiday, but something probably even bigger than. It's kind of more of like a Mardi Gras type thing. You're kind of meant to show off your wealth and make kind of absurd purchases and share it with others. So it's a time of merriment, and this kind of falls in line with that. So a lot of people that, especially that aren't comfortable with money, they would have it easily come into their hands and easily slip away like this, like Trini is showing. But as to regarding the painting itself, that would just seem like something that the king would like to do. Little gifts for himself.
Well, Trinia, I as gracious as you've been, offering to requisition a painting of our companion here. In your best interest, just looking out, and this is sincere from Zario, being good alignment. I have to say, flashing that much coin in a bar like this make you an easy target for theft or worse. My friends and I have been known, and part of what we do is we love to be able to help others when in need, and fair coin for fair work. If there's anything that you might need help with, we'd love to hear about it.
Oh, excellent. And who all are you? I didn't catch your names.
I apologize for not introducing myself soon. I'm Sario Sandu.
Excellent, a pleasure.
Introduce.
And she looks over at the rest of you.
And these are my companions, and he'll introduce them all one by one.
Oh, it's so wonderful to meet you, and real adventurers in Korvosa. I love it. I can think of a painting of it right now. And she starts kind of doodling, and she's sketching something out. But as to regards to my safety, well, I appreciate it, but Yenlof here, that's what he's for. He's been a good friend for many years, and he takes care of me, even when I'm a little reckless. And she kind of sheepishly grins over at Zario.
Well met. It's good that you have someone in your corner that you trust and can look out for you. Just, again,
Perhaps
be mindful around here.
Your Honor, on the tables tonight. Looks like he has a mighty fine dagger himself.
Oh, that's true. He does. And you also notice that he has looks like a long curved scimitar, but even longer than an average one on his back. And it looks very well made. And Trinia says, well, Yenlof is one of those that, the strong silent type if he can help it. But he's very good in a pinch. I've never seen him do a game of Knivesies before, though. He's not one for the spotlight. With that, he kind of just ruffles his feathers, throws off more water, and scoffs.
Well, one thing I know about those that come upon wealth, there never seems to be enough. Perhaps we could sweeten the deal for you. 5 gold for you and your friend.
Oh.
If you offer to go be our champion.
Oh, I think you're going to be just fine here, and I don't think 5 gold would be enough to get Yenlof pulled away from a good hearty meal. We've been traveling about the city for quite a while, trying to find all the right ingredients for my paints. So with that, the halfling, Jolly Knob, he comes marching happily back up to you, and he says, well, I told you. And you see Petrie's name signed at the bottom. So who's it gonna be?
Tau puts a hand briefly on top of the paper, looks at the halfling and says, what's in it for you?
And you see a mischievous smile creep up his face. And he says, I suppose you don't know much about my faith, but this would probably be the best sort of congregation for Asmodeus. So anything that I can do to bolster this crowd looks good for the higher-ups, if you know what I mean.
Tao kind of waves his hand off the table, kind of folds his arms, and just looks at the rest of the group, see what they'll decide. And I know the group is leaning towards the affirming the contract, which is fine. He's just kind of stepping back from it himself.
All right. Well, will you guys sign it? We'll take all of your signatures.
I think we've decided we will. All right, guys.
Yar. Yorick steps forward and makes a check mark, which is his signature.
All right. As you do that, the check mark that you just made appears briefly. It's like a fiery flash on your arm.
Ooh.
Excellent, excellent. Perfect. We're almost there. And he hands the quill over to the rest of you.
All right, well, Chubbs scribbles what he thinks his name is, or how to spell it.
It's just a drawing of his long pole.
It's a family long
Not
pole.
everyone wants to sign. I don't know what Desna would think about that. Probably wouldn't like it. One would think.
Charlotte being held to a contract? Probably not. You're just going to watch us get tattooed and then make it all for naught.
Well, what happens if does he step out of the bar for the... I mean, why does it have to be?
It's true. It doesn't have to. If you're going to be here and participate, though, yeah, then it will be. Because Petri would be afraid that you would just jump him or something.
What if you just watch? No participation.
I mean, that's effectively what the contract says, right? He could... Yeah. Jolly Knob could do a spin-off contract. A separate clause just for you.
Does everyone in the whole bar have to sign it?
No, just your group. Because Petri signed that if he wins, you guys can't hurt him and can't stop him from leaving. But if he loses, then he has to help you get to your destination safely.
You're going to make old lady sign? You scared the old lady? Make her sign?
No. Of course not, madam. No, this is just to ease his fears. Petri is very skittish.
But old lady? She tries to act even more frail and weak than her 6 strength. Which is so old. I'm no threat to anybody. I just want wine. Wine and cheap. But my goddess would not be very happy if I signed contract with that.
And he says, Oh, your goddess. Well, I have worked with many other gods and goddesses. And as you see, there is an expiration clause on here that it will all be null and void within but 2 days. Even at worst, you'll only suffer the curse for 2 days. It's not even that bad. I'm not going to write up one of the major contracts for such a game of Knivesies.
Is record kept of contract after 2 days?
No. This contract is just between all of you all and Petri. I won't even have it.
Who has? Petri?
Petri will see it. You will all see it. That is all. I am just the intermediary. I am not going to be accounting for this. We are not those blasted arbiters in the vault. And you can tell he's referring to the main religion in the city, which is to the merchant god.
Yes, you. Some might say worse. Depend on who asks.
Perhaps.
I do not think you need the old lady to sign. She tries to just wave him off.
Unfortunately, madame, he did specify you amongst the others. I'm not sure what he sees in you. But
Even old lady. Make sure old lady suffer. Is that what he said?
no suffering. As long as you abide by the
yes,
contract.
suffering. Oh my God.
Well, then perhaps an alternative? I heard you booked a room. Perhaps you could just go up to the room and not participate for Knivesies. I'm sure Petri wouldn't mind if that were the case.
Okay, fine. As long as I get the room, sir.
Yes, of course. See? Jolly Knob always pleases the crowd. So he hands the contract over to the rest of you. Will you sign, please? The people, they clamor. They desire a true test of skill.
As they're doing that, she goes up to the front, orders some cheese and wine, goes up to her room. Actually, no, she doesn't order. She just takes what she has, goes up to the the room, and then she'll cast Disguise Self.
Ooh, I like it.
Ooh.
Exciting.
Nice. Okay, so you head up, and then I assume you come back down looking like maybe like one of these.
Yeah, we'll cut back to that later.
Yeah, we'll come back to that later. All right, yeah. We'll see if you're looking like one of the barmaids or something, or someone else. Cool. All right.
I guess I'm still confused because if we win this, or if we lose this, how does Petri have assurance that Treha doesn't come after him solo? I mean, I'm okay with it, but
He has already signed, so he may not even see the contract again.
It will be fine. Jolly Knot says it's fine. He's not afraid of the old woman. He's afraid of you, strapping young lads.
His arrogance belittles him. He should have signed second. I say we move forth, and Tao will put his name on as well.
All right. So we just need Zario.
all right, Zario will sign.
Okay. With that, see the fiery letters of your names appear on your arms, and then the contract burns up. He says, see, no record of the contract, for the record is in you. And then he points at your arms. Ha-ha! And then he jumps on the table and he starts yelling about to get the crowd excited. And then you see everyone start to gather around the table.
All right. I'm off mute, right? Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
So do I can jump up on the table now?
Yeah. You can jump up on the table. So you need to take off.
Tao wants to make sure that he's fully healed, right? I know he had to cure Maud, but he's hold back. And anyone, how was your, what's the word? I'm trying to think of say HP. Like, how was your health?
I could heal a little more, but I feel ready, I'm as ready for a bout as I've been for any bout we've been in.
And you have the powder.
me playing Knivesies while in rage.
Now,
I mean, I guess it depends on how angry you get, right?
Yeah, that's your choice, man.
Well, you know what? I think while I'm at a bar, I kind of want to just howl and, psych myself up, and then maybe do a bump of shiver off the table before jumping.
oh my gosh. All right.
What, you're saying once you get over to the table of Knivesies?
I think we might as well. There's nothing in the rule that says dark campaign.
Okay. So hold on. We got a little feedback on there.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Is that you, Tao? Usually, if you got your phone, right? Maybe. Maybe not. No, I'm still hearing me in there.
I went on mute to see if that would help.
It looks like it's Gavin. I think your line is the one echoing.
Oh. Can you mute Treha? Let's see if it works. Think it's working? Sounds better now.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So the crew, you can gather over there. They're going to toss up coins. Your side needs to match the coins. And as a traditional game of Knivesies, they have not even cleared the table. So there's dishes, knives, forks, and tankards of ale all over the table, which will make it that much more difficult to try and move around. Very precarious. And then the other side's going to throw coins up. They're going to throw up 20 coins, so you've got to match that. 20 gold.
Cool. I'll take it off the sheet.
Okay.
There.
All right. Excellent. And if you want to assume the position, Chubbs, jump on the table. The other table, the one where all the crowd is.
Well, okay, sorry.
I love your enthusiasm, though.
I jumped on the bar and was like, boom.
He jumped on the bar right in front of Sherry.
Oh, no. Did the shiver too early?
Now, this is not anything new at this point. Like, I would just be going into a rage if I did the shivering.
As far as you know, I mean, you're going to have to roll something to see how well you control it.
Okay, maybe I don't do it. I'm just going to jump on the bar.
Okay.
Or jump on the table.
You can always keep it in your back pocket in case you need a little bump. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So as you jump up there, Trinia yells out at you. She says, "Go get him! Stab him in the spleen!" And you feel just kind of like a little lighter from her words. Would you turn on your bardic inspiration? And roll initiative.
And I don't think that would stack, right? Because I was going to start doing something as well.
Nope.
But would I know that would not stack, I assume?
It would not stack, no. But you can kind of tell, because it's the same power that you use, that she is kind of like magically enhancing. Even you all feel it too.
Yep.
You just feel like a little lighter and swifter. And that's a 5 initiative for Chubbs. Not great. So the knife is plunged in the center, and you have to be on the other side, opposite side from Petri. Petri got a 17, so he's definitely going first. But it is precarious, so you can fall off the table, but then you can just jump back on. Or someone can knock you off the table, that doesn't matter. So you either have to get knocked out or killed, or the coins all have to be removed from the table, either picked up or knocked off. So there's 40 coins on the table. So Petri moves first, and he's going to rush for the knife, but he has to roll acrobatics, because he might trip on like the tankards of ale or the knives and forks and stuff all over the table. Fortunately for him, he rolled very well. He is acrobatic. And he rushes over, moves over, and pulls the knife. And it's your turn.
Whoa. Okay, he has the knife. Yeah, I go into a rage. I'm already way behind, I think.
So you snort? I think, because I think you're out of rages for the day, aren't you?
If I have rages.
I think you used them.
Oh, I don't. Okay, yeah. I do drugs.
All right, you do drugs. all else fails, do drugs. So please roll a will save. But you're going to get a +2 to this will save because you've had recent experience. It doesn't matter. You rolled a 4. So it is...
Of course.
Yeah, so it's uncontrolled, even though you had a little more exposure, so you would have been a little more controlled than normal. You still lose your goddamn mind. So roll a fortitude save. Since you snorted drugs.
Fortitude.
And let's see how you do there. Okay, fortitude. So you don't take any constitution damage. So you're experienced by now. You can handle this. You feel a little tugging at your heart for just a moment, and then you shrug it off. And you shape change and lose your damn mind. Please roll a D100.
Okay. Right, let's go. Oh, dear.
That's good. That's what you wanted.
Oh, okay.
For the first round, you get to act normally.
Act normally, okay.
So you snort
to the middle of the table.
Okay.
And then I guess I can just try to bite him, right? Like
yes.
No.
Yeah.
What I look forward to more than anything every week.
Oh boy, will Petri be alive to take us to our destination?
That's
the real question.
That's the other piece.
Oh, I'm fighting Petri?
Yes.
Oh, come on. I don't know why I was...
So you step up and you bite off half of his arm, and he's howling in pain. The crowd goes wild because they never expected in a million years to see a little halfling burst into a 6-foot-tall shark man. He is not...
Is no one super terrified?
They're mostly just ecstatic because of the great show they're seeing. Like, they've seen some pretty cool things happen in Knivesies, but this definitely tops them all. So, it's Galarian in Corvosa. People have seen weird shit. It's terrifying if you're on the receiving end, but if you're just spectating, it's pretty amazing. Poor Petri. His arm is hanging limply. He's going to try and stab out at you. And he rolls a 9. So he misses horribly. And he's shrieking. He's like, no, please, someone help me. This isn't part of it. He's gone mad. He's a wild animal now. And that's where we're going to stop it for tonight. Just to see, you're going to have to roll a D100 next time to see if you lose your mind and attack the crowd
Ooh, do we want to end the Cliffy on the roll?
Do you want to see? All right. Well, okay. I mean, it will be funnier.
I like it.
All right. Roll your D100.
1 second. Wait. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
because I have a bar. I was going to noticing that he went into a shark, even though wasn't sure if he was going to do it.
Yeah.
I was gonna start my own bardic performance,
Okay.
knowing that it wouldn't necessarily help him as a boost, but just for a side thing.
Okay. That's fine.
I think this is legit.
You got a special spell or ability?
It's a saving throw, right?
Yeah. Or no, this one's just a D100. The saving throw would have been when he did the drugs.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But he doesn't have any more saving throws coming up, right?
Not for a while, no.
All right, never mind.
Okay. So roll a D100, Chubbs, and let's see how bad it's going to be for the crowd. 7. So you will get to act normally.
Boo. That's huge.
That is huge. So we'll still stop it there because
Okay.
very likely you will attack, and if you do too much damage, you might kill your guide. I mean, you'd win Knivesies, which is pretty cool.
Can't knock him out, I don't think. I don't have any non-lethal abilities.
You can do non-lethal attacks with if you take a -4 penalty. It's like hitting with the blunt side.
Yeah, use your molars.
Yeah, just kind of gnaw them a little bit.
Can you make the distinction when you're raging?
That's a good point. We might have to roll to see if that's possible. It might be tough. So that's something to consider. But that's a good point. You are in an uncontrolled rage. So you might just have too much blood going to the head. So we will decide that next time. All right.
Okay.
I will stop the recording here.